He'll hop on in a little bit whenever he ready. He'll hop on. But
Yeah.
all right, you say you gonna make a playlist?
Yeah, so it's gonna be like a playlist, you feel me? Regular YouTubers, what they'll do is they make a playlist and they'll add videos on it like probably like once a week or something like that, or probably like 3 times a week or something like that. I want to make like a specific playlist, probably have like an actual rollout of this playlist and treat it like an album. So it'll be one day where not I probably won't even upload it that week. So it'll just be one day where I drop like 6 to 10 videos on
Mm-hmm.
a given playlist. You feel me? So like the playlist that I want to make would be like a How Strong playlist. So I got a couple characters I want to do. Like how strong is Naruto right now without Kurama? How strong is Sasuke without his Rinnegan? Delta, Kashin Koji, Orochimaru, Gaara, characters like that. You feel me? Just make a playlist where I just release all the videos at one time
Mm-hmm.
and just have it like that. It's something new. I don't think anybody on YouTube ever did something like that, but I just want to try it. Like, feel me?
Yeah, kind of
Because
like how kind of you
mhm.
sort of like how when you dropped in the community tabs when you be asking like who's stronger and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah,
But you want
yeah,
to
yeah.
start
And a
doing
lot of
okay.
people, yeah, a lot of people want me to start doing the what's it called, the actual videos, actual power scaling videos. That'll probably be like another playlist where I drop like another 10 videos in one day talking about doing some verses. But I'll probably ask in my community tab which character they want me to see do.
You should start. I don't know why you don't. Why don't you start doing lives, bro?
I don't really know how to do it, bro.
What
QDG.
you
I
mean you
did
don't know how
one
to do
live,
it?
bro.
What you mean you don't know
I
how to do
told you,
it?
bro. Bro, I got a MacBook Air, bro. The only time I actually went live was on my second channel, and it was super laggy. But I might
Oh,
have to
okay.
try it again because I believe at that particular time I was doing like 60 frames per second.
Mhm.
It was still 720, but it was 60 frames per second.
Mhm.
Maybe if I like bump it down to like 30 frames per second, it'll probably be a lot smoother, but it was laggy when I did it. It was
Oh, it
laggy.
was laggy. Okay, cause I do
Yeah.
lives and my lives be like smooth. My lives be butter. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, you
Don't
probably
know.
got a better computer in regards to GPU and stuff like that. You probably got a better computer for
Bro,
that
you speaking
specifically.
Spanish to me right now, cause I don't know. You
Yeah,
said
so
GPU. I'm like, what?
yeah, that's pretty much like a graphic, bruh. I don't know a lot of this stuff either. People in the comment section might roast me, but I think it's like I think it's for like graphics and like actual streaming.
Probably
Yeah, so
because when I bought my computer, I like tried to get the
mhm,
best one I can get. Like I got like
yeah,
I was going to get a MacBook, but I was
hmm,
going to get like the most recent one. It was like $1,100 or something like that, some crazy like that.
yeah,
But I had
hmm,
got what is this shit called? It's a Windows ACS or whatever, and it had all the
yeah,
same specs as the MacBook, but it was like $200 cheaper. So I was like, fuck. Okay, he hopping on. He'd say he's testing his mic. But it was like two hundred
uh,
dollars cheaper though. So I
hmm,
ended up getting this one, and it had all the same shit. Like you know how they tell like his was for like podcasting, like making music. Like I had to make sure
hmm,
that I had all like I had like everything for it. Like I didn't want to get a computer and be cheap with it, and then be like
yeah,
can't do nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? Like and don't have no fucking space for nothing. Like
hmm.
I got mad hard drive. I'm gonna get an
I
external
feel
hard drive too though, but yeah, my shit like I try to get the best one that I could just so that I can make the best material that I can. I'm still trying to learn
yeah.
though. I'm like fucking pilot like that just learned how to fucking fly when behind one of the best planes and you don't know what the buttons look like and shit like that. You like what the hell?
No, I feel you, bro. That's pretty much me on OBS. So that's where you stream off of. So you feel me? It's a lot of stuff I don't really know. But in regards to this MacBook, I don't think
I
this
use
right here
OBS
isn't
too.
really. Yeah, so this right here isn't really good for streaming. You feel me? So I'd probably have to get either a MacBook Pro. You feel
Yeah,
me to actually stream, or I probably just need to get another PC,
yeah. All right. He said
actual desktop.
he
Mhm.
said he's ready. Hold on. Let me Can we three
Uh,
way call on this motherfucker?
yeah,
We can.
ooh,
Just
yeah.
diverse call on his, I guess.
You could just add them into this group, right? I think. Bro, I don't even really
Uh,
be on Discord like that,
I don't be
QDG.
on Discord either, bro, unless I'm talking to y'all. Shit. Okay. Wait. Hold on. Okay. Create group DM.
Yeah, there you go.
But how did we get to call him though?
Yo, what's up,
Oh
people?
shit. Oh fuck.
Yeah,
See, bro,
let's go.
getting scared the second time, bro. Like he scared the shit out of
Hold
me,
up.
bro.
All right, yo, okay. I forgot my headphones, man. I heard some stuff going on. I was like, yo, wait a second, I can't hear nothing.
Bro,
Wow.
when I had first called Baara, bro, I had like you know what a interface is. So I had my the volume on my interface all the way up on my speakers. And he said, "Yo," and I wasn't expecting him to answer like right when he answered. And he like, bro, I was listening to music earlier like as high as I could, and I was just like jamming earlier. And he called, and I mean, he answered. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Scared
Yeah,
the
you
crap
got
out of me.
jammed up
Now
like
you
I
scared,
did then.
man. You just scared the hell out of
Yeah,
me
no.
too. Shit.
Oh man. Well, so what's good? I don't even really know. I never really talked to my guy right here, so I don't even know what to call. I know people call you Ian,
Ian,
but I
yeah.
never really had that introduction. You feel me? So I always call you Naruto Explainer or Kryptonian Stain. You
Yeah,
feel me?
that's
Yeah.
right.
I mean, you can go either one, man. You know, you can call me Ian. That's what a lot of my friends call me. You can call me Ben if you want to go like with the real name. You can go Ben, or you can go with crypto. I mean, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Alright, so where do Ian come from? If that's not your real name, where did that come from?
And
Yeah,
so
for
when I
sure.
was growing up, man, I had like a little bit of issues in terms of speaking. And
Mhm.
what ended up happening was like I kept trying to say Ben, but I kept saying Ian. And it was N, and then it was Ian, and then I eventually got around to saying Sean. And so what some of my, I mean not Sean, I eventually got around to saying Ben. And
Mhm.
one of my friends, Sean, that whole thing just kind of stuck with it.
Oh, all right. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I don't have no like super like yeah, man. You know, I was putting in work and like nah, it ain't nothing like that. Like
You had to have a fake name in the streets. You feel me?
On the street.
yeah, I ain't had nothing like that, man. You know, like my cousins, them like yeah, like you know, like
Eh,
my cousin Marcus, the one that just passed away from COVID. You know, they call him Yellow Boy. So I mean, you know, he was like
Oh,
that. That's the one I told Free Game, the one that went to prison and everything. Like he
oh,
was like real heavy with that stuff. So like my cousins and them like they the ones with the nicknames.
all right. I feel you.
yeah,
I
cause
feel you.
I don't know if you know about his past, but he used to be the man in the streets. That so I thought that he had a
Yeah,
nickname too. I was like, what?
yeah. I listened to some of Ian's podcasts. You feel me? So I heard a little bit about it. To be honest, that was a long time ago, so I don't even really remember. When did you guys interview?
Man, like 3-4 months ago, right?
Yeah, something like that.
That's about right, man.
Yeah, it was a couple months ago or
Damn, yeah,
so.
that's about right. Like that's
Yeah,
probably like 4 months ago.
Yeah,
man.
and I also seen your other podcast with somebody else. I forgot his name though.
Who was it?
Oh, yo, I did one with Soul Provider. Like
There you go. There you
that's
go.
I
Yeah,
think I did Soul Provider and I did the one Free Game like right after. It was like back to back.
Oh, was
yeah,
it for
yeah.
real? I ain't see that one
Yeah,
then.
yeah. I want to say that was back to back because when I finished up with Soul Provider, like you hit me up like probably like 2 or 3 weeks after that. Like it wasn't a long turnaround. Like I think Soul Provider got his out a little faster than you did. So that's probably
Mm.
why it feels like it was a gap or whatnot.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
I was looking because when Free Game hit me up, Free Game told me he did a podcast with you, so I was looking for that one, and I seen the one with Soul Provider first. Then, well, of course, I listened to Free Games first. You feel me? Had to.
Yo, so hey, um, Ian, we was having an argument before we started recording, right? So did you see Barbie's video about who's stronger, Kawaki or Sarda?
Nah, man, I ain't seen that. Wait, hold on. You talking about the old video? I thought you meant you did
Nah,
a new one.
he just did a new
Nah,
one.
yeah,
You
like
did a new one. Okay.
yeah, like 2 days ago or something like that. Because there was like a big argument on Twitter. Like I don't know how this popped up, but it was of course the fight between Kawaki and Sarda. Everybody was like, that fight doesn't really count. I kind of agreed to some extent, but I was like, it doesn't matter. Kawaki's destroying Sada either way. So I had to make a video about it. You feel me? People were arguing with me on Twitter. So I just thought, I'm gonna just drop a video. It wasn't even really like a heavy power scaling video. I was just like, yo, I'm gonna just give y'all a free game, no pun intended.
I mean, I can kind of see that, man, because the boy got his body filled with ninja tech, and he's learning ninjutsu. I mean, the fact that he learned ninjutsu, like he
Oh,
learned
you
it
know what?
mad quick.
Hey, you brought that up too. I didn't even not me or Baara brought that up about him being
In a
pumping Ninja
video,
Tech. Oh, you did?
in
I
a
didn't even
video
catch
I
that.
did,
I
yeah.
didn't catch that. I didn't
Yeah.
catch that.
Yeah, so I talked about people was basically saying that he was equal to Boruto back when he didn't have any jutsu. So like if he's stronger than Boruto, and my stance is I think Boruto is stronger than base Boruto is stronger than Sada. If Kawaki base with no Karma still stronger than Boruto, how in the world could Sada be stronger than Kawaki? So I kind of detailed it like that, kind of used the fight between Ao to basically like show people like, yo, Boruto clearly had the lead. Now obviously Sada had the Chidori, but Boruto clearly showing that he didn't necessarily fear the Chidori. Basically, he dodged it without even looking at it. So I'm thinking Kawaki, that
You gotta
shouldn't be
use
any.
the anime, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You're right. You're right.
yeah.
At
So,
the
mm,
same time, though, like like I don't know. Before the anime added the extra stuff, I was like, man, I put Sarda above Boruto, and then once we get to Karma Seal, I put Boruto over Sarda. But the anime changed a lot. Like that compression Rasengan's nasty, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely, definitely,
yeah.
definitely.
That's some nasty shit right there.
Cause that's what I
Yo,
was saying too. I
mm,
put Sardo over Boruto too, but he was like, nah.
yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. The thing about Sarah, I feel like a lot of people like her character, so they give her
hmm
Mm-hmm.
already added clout. Now,
True.
don't get me wrong, she put in work before, like she, especially in versus Boro. But I feel like Kawaki and Boruto, they put in more work than Sada. And I think Sada just has to prove that she's actually up there. You feel me? Now, obviously, she did a lot in the fight with Boro, but it's not. It's like we clearly understood, like even in that fight, Kawaki because he had the Karma Seal and Boruto because he had the Karma Seal was clearly stronger than Sada. So I think I need to see them in a situation where Kawaki doesn't have a Karma Seal, but either possibly even Boruto doesn't have a Karma Seal, and they're just training or something like that, and then Sada actually shows that she's stronger than both of them when they don't have the Karma Seal.
Yeah, but see, I don't use like the Boro fight too much just off the fact that she was the one in the manga, like she knew like, oh shit, you got these particles out here. We can't get too close in the battle and all this. That's why I kind of gave her a pass with the Boro fight, but
Mm-hmm.
that ninja tech, like that ninja tech is something Kawaki, especially when you look at anime Kawaki,
hmm
like when that man got the Ninja Tech Air Jordans, was just skating all over the place and doing all that against Garo, I was like, yo, this dude he's nasty. Like Konohama was like, yo, this is reaching S rank. And I'm like, okay, he's already putting Kawaki at Jonin level in terms of skill. Like and the Academy arc, Kakashi was like, yeah, you got skill that might be on a tuning level. And they've gotten stronger since then, but like that's like high praise for Konohama would be like, yo, this is some Jonin level caliber stuff right here. And Kawaki, when he said that, Kawaki wasn't even at full power at that point. So I mean,
Yep,
that boy's a
exactly.
monster.
Exactly. He was weak and like everybody was like in awe of Kawaki the first time that they seen him. In the first part of that
That's
fight, he
true.
didn't even
That's
have
true.
the Karma Seal. And it's like now people think, oh, he doesn't have the Karma Seal. He's automatically fodder. I'm like, well, where are we getting this rationale from? Like, what's going on here?
And people overreact, man. I mean, you got people saying now, like that's the second video I had uploaded for today. Like people overreacting, talking about Naruto from the Pain arc will stomp Hokage Naruto. I'm like, you are smoking that good shit
Wait,
right now.
what?
Yo,
Like
yeah,
I swear to
Wait,
God,
what?
people saying
yeah.
Pain arc Naruto will absolutely raffle stomp Hokage Naruto. I'm like, man, you
On
smoking
what
right now
basis? Like,
Exactly.
what type of evidence would
because
they
he
have
don't
to
have
back this up?
Kurama. Some elementary
Oh,
level.
so now Naruto. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
it's
say
like
because he
people.
don't got Kurama, he's automatically weaker than he was in the Pain arc. I don't get it.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's like people completely disregard how much stronger he got just in base from
Yeah,
that fight to the actual war arc, and also the 16 plus years of training that he had in the time skip to board. So it's like
he
people just completely
he fought
disregard that.
Osuskis in his base.
Exactly.
Exactly. What are we
50%. When
doing
you get
here?
into the manga version, like he did better in the manga version than the anime version in base. Like he's sitting up there dodging attacks and reacting and full blown like Momoshiki only I think like two attacks on Naruto in base in the manga. Like in the anime, Momoshiki was tagging this dude. Like in the manga, he did a whole hell of a lot better.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I ain't even read
yeah.
the manga for that part. I just watched the movie
Nah, I
and the
ain't gonna
anime.
lie. I bet. Yeah, yo, I really did. I reread the whole Boruto manga, but I didn't really start reading the manga until the Kata organization was really introduced.
That's
Hey,
when
you
I
know
got
what?
into it too, basically.
When
No,
them
no,
chapters was
Mujina
coming out,
Bandits.
fam.
Mujina Bandits. I got
Okay.
into Mujina
Okay.
Bandits.
Hmm.
Hey,
Yeah,
that was a
I didn't.
drop off though, man. Like that shit was boring for like a year and some change. I had already seen the movie. It's just like
Yeah,
you
why
just
Mhm.
watch it?
recapping the
Why read
movie,
it
man.
again? Yeah, that's why I didn't read it. I just skipped because when I started, I started right from the hell, I just said it. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Mujina Bandits.
Yeah, the
Yo, the
Mujina
crazy
Bandits.
part is, I love how the narrative switched up on the Mujina Bandits. I don't know if Kryptonian saying was well, Ian was high key on it back then, but during that time, people were pretty much shitting on the Mujina Bandits arc. People were saying, "Oh, they doing trading cards. You feel me? They got Naruto on a card." But as soon as Boruto activated his card, it was like, "Oh, now this arc is good." Like, nah, it was good from the rip. Like, it seemed good from the rip.
Yeah, it was starting to
See,
turn up after that.
Yeah.
for me, like on like the first channel when Kawa like I start paying real close attention when the owl stuff started happening. I'm like, oh shit, Owl's alive. But then when Kawaki showed up, I'm like, okay, you really got my attention. Mujina Bandits, like I was like, it's a tonal shift. And I think I told Free Game in private when we were talking. I was like, man, it's a tone shift. I said, but I'm not like a huge fan of it, but I appreciate that it was a tone shift.
Yeah,
So I mean, I
yeah, we
kind
talked
of
about
see
that.
that, but like I think the way they handle in the anime, like there was a lot more substance to it. Like I'm give me an anime version or the manga version, but I mean the manga did what it was supposed to do though. Like you saw how like Sarda and Boruto kind of still had that little rivalry thing going on. Like the Boruto movie novel had it where like Boruto acknowledges Sarda as a rival, and like Sarda's like, yeah, I hope your boss is my type. I want to fight strong people. Viz messed up the translation, but like you get little moments like that. And then you see
Hmm.
Shojoji and the guy saying, I'm gonna eat your brains and stuff. I'm like, okay, we no longer in like in kitty land right now. Like we got the real
Exactly.
shit going on.
Hmm.
Oh, one thing
Yeah.
that I did want to
Mm.
bring up too. Oh, go ahead, before I bring that up. Go
Nah,
ahead.
nah, rock out,
No,
rock
no,
out.
go ahead. Say what you was about to say,
Well, I was
cause
just saying, I was saying, even in the anime, like before that, when it was doing I forgot what it was called, but it was like an arc previous to the actual to that actual arc, the Mujina Bandits arc. Even that, it took a very serious turn in that arc right there. I know a lot of people didn't necessarily want to watch that man because it was just anime only, but that right there was definitely a good time in regards to the anime timeline. I think that right there pretty much really started the serious tone in the Boruto anime.
Oh hell yeah.
no,
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
that's
Like
facts.
that was the thing. I told people like when the head writer for the anime was like, yeah, I'm a fan of the manga. We're gonna get like right into the manga stuff, full steam ahead. We're doing Hozuki Castle. And I'm like, oh shit, I know exactly where you're going with this. I'm all for this right here.
Mhm.
Like I tell people like watch the Boruto movie, watch episode 65,
I told
and then go
Bar,
right to the Hozuki Castle part and just go from there.
man, I told
So
Bar to watch. Did you ever get the chance to watch the movies before? Remember, I was telling you, I was like, bro, you should get into the Naruto movies. They're actually pretty good.
nah, I haven't. I
You
haven't
still
actually. I
haven't watched the
haven't.
movies, bro?
Nah, dog. I've been lacking. I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it.
I'm telling you, bro. When you just chilling one day, just like you got Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Netflix got most of the movies. I don't know if they have all of them. Ian, can you confirm if they got all of them or not?
Shit, I can check right now. I
I
know,
know they
like
got.
I know they got most of them though. I don't know if they got Naruto the last on it though. But
it might
Yeah.
not, man, because I know, like when I watched the movies for that tier list, I had to go through and watch some of it on like Stars, and I had to watch some of it on some bootleg. I try
mm,
and watch it official when I can, but like I didn't have it on some of the streaming apps. They had it, but I don't think all of it was on Netflix though.
yeah, 'cause I know I for sure I seen all the movies. I just don't know if all of them are on Netflix or not. I can't confirm.
I see. So
Okay.
specifically, when we talk about the movies, was any of them actually canon, or were they just like fun movies to watch?
They just like real good movies to watch. I don't know if any of them are canon or not though. Like, no, I don't
So
think
when you
any of
get
them are
into
canon at
canon,
all.
no, that's actually not true. Some of them are canon. So when you get into Naruto Last, that's obviously canon. That was
Well,
part of
yeah,
the
true. That's
that
true.
was part of the Naruto New Era project.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hmm.
like that was canon. That was built up to by the light novels. The Boruto movie was also canon. Uh
True.
this
Okay.
isn't necessarily canon, but this was done by Kishimoto. So Naruto Road to the Ninja, that's Shippuden's movie 6.
Yep.
I want to say it came out in 2012. Masashi Kishimoto did the storyboards for that movie, and that movie's based off of stuff that he wasn't able to do in the anime. I mean, not in the anime. That was based on stuff he wasn't able to do in the manga. That was ideas that got cut because he had already been given an end date for when Naruto's manga was going to be ending,
Give
and
me a
so that's how they had the storyboards and all that for it.
give me a refresher on that one. Is that the one when he went back into the past? I'm at is that
No, that's Shippuden 3. Road to the Ninja is the movie where Naruto and Sakura get caught in this fake infinite Tsukiyomi, and Naruto gets to meet his parents, and
okay,
Sakura
that's why I
gets to
got it
see
mixed
what it's
up.
like to be the
Yeah,
child
well,
of the Hokage and
right. She
by
basically lived
herself and all
Naruto
that.
life, and Naruto gets to live the life that she lived, pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah,
yeah,
the
like
movies are
that.
pretty
Those
good, bro.
ideas that he wanted to do.
So speaking of filler and stuff like that, but obviously those right there weren't filler. But you said that you pretty much tell people to watch the first 65 episodes and then skip to the whole Zuki Castle. So you think the episodes in between that are like, you feel me, aren't good? Because I ain't saying that you saying that, but I personally think that I forgot the specific name of the arc, but I think I just call it the Mitsuki retrieval arc. I think that right there,
Fuck with that.
No, yeah, I
Hey, I
fuck with
fuck
that
with
arc.
that.
Yeah, I fuck
that
with that
right
arc
there is
too.
like one of the best arcs, bro. While watching it the first time, it was super long. It seemed super drawn out. But if you
Yeah.
rewatch that arc, bro,
hmm
No, that arc
it
is fire.
flows so much better.
No, that arc
Like
is
when you're
fire.
Yeah.
not waiting every single week for
Week
another
for
episode, you
another
can just
episode. Yep. Yeah,
binge
that
it.
arc is
Yeah,
fire.
it's so good. It's so good.
That arc
I
is
had to
fire.
do that with the Boruto anime period, man. Like I dropped the anime after episode 4, right?
Hmm.
And I didn't I watched like a little bit like clips here and there, kind of like what RCD World and all of them do. Like I was watching clips in there, and I was watching the openings or whatnot, just see if something would kind of grab my attention. But like when I got to like when I heard about the Mitsuki retrieval arc, I said, "Oh, okay." People saying that this is hit or miss, and when Eternal Hokage told me about some of the themes they were doing, I said, "Well, I'll get around the board." To my time I got around to, and I started binge watching. We had gotten to like Mitsuki was about to do like the thing where he's babysitting the cat and everything, and I said, "Okay, like I don't want to check this shit no more." But I said, "Let me,"
Yeah.
because I saw the preview for it, and I said, "I'm done." But I said, "Well, fuck it, I'm gonna keep watching." And like it's like what Baara say, when you get to watching the anime and you can kind of roll into it, it's
Yeah.
not as bad. It
It's
don't
not as
drag on
bad.
like that.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
when you watching it weekly and you weigh in, it does drag on. You be like, man, I'm about to give up.
Yeah, definitely. And you even see that with a bunch of the reactors nowadays. People that's just starting bored, so you feel me? They get on YouTube, they react to some of the episodes.
Mhm.
They start like blowing through the episodes, and they're like, "Yo, they don't see why Boruto catches so much flack." Like, obviously, there's some down episodes, but if you run through it, it seems interesting.
Yeah, it does. It does. Actually, like, I'm gonna have to watch it from the beginning again. Actually, now that you guys bring it up like that, like I have watched arcs like all the way through. Went back and watched certain arcs that I thought I liked after it ended. It
Mhm.
was like, oh, that wasn't too bad. Like how it ended up and wrapped up. So like you said, like the Mitsuki retrieval arc. I even went back and watched the time travel arc again one more
Mhm.
time. And
Yo,
yeah, because
yo,
people be giving that one slack because
no, no, no,
of
no,
Hold
no,
up, man.
because of
Fuck,
no,
fuck that.
no,
Fuck
no,
that.
no,
but
no,
that
no,
are,
no, 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 no,
hey man, hey, besides of course the fucking elephant in the room, the goddamn Osuski that we shouldn't that should
Urashiki.
never been in the fucking series, because why? Other
So,
than that, it was pretty cool seeing Boruto go back in the past and meet Naruto and getting to see not Kashin Koji. What the fuck am I to call him Kashin Koji again? Getting to see
Jiraiya,
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 and
and them,
then
yeah.
now that just think about how it ties in now, because we got Kashin Koji reveal, they got to see Jiraiya. As far as people who just watched the anime, like it's that how it ties in to what's going on now. You know what I'm saying? Like just like screw Urashiki and everything else, and just like think about like
Urashiki
that
was
part.
fucking broken though, man. Like let's keep it real for a second.
Whoa,
That
popping.
that motherfucker was broken. He don't get enough credit. Like and I'm gonna say this on this, right? I don't like the character, but take bias out for a second. Sasuke, the out of chakra jokes and everything, this man was smart enough to look at Sasuke and say, I can't ever let this dude reach full power. And every time Sasuke would get to a point to where he was looking like he was going to recover some of his chakra and really become a nuisance, what he do? He took that fishing hook
And rip
and
it
he
out.
drained out Sasuke's chakra. Like when you look at the fact that Momoshiki took a long ass time to absorb Naruto's chakra,
Mm-hmm.
Urashiki was ripping out Sasuke's chakra right there on the spot almost instantaneously.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but
So that right there, that's freaking insane. The Rinnegan ability to be able to not just open up, it's a Mano Teiji, it's a Mano Toji, or it's a Mano something. The time space jutsu that Kaguya uses. Urashiki
Right.
is the only other Otsutsuki who can access those dimensions in that way. That requires a ton of chakra. Even Obito's like, yo, I don't, a six pass shadow clone don't have no chakra to be able to access this thing. I can't do it on my own. Urashiki was able to do that. Urashiki, that ability to go back and go into the time, into the future, into the time, see attacks and travel back in the time, even if it's only for a few seconds, that's broken.
That
Give
is
that ability
broken.
to somebody like Madara, and you ain't winning a fight. Like, period.
partner, pick what I'm throwing down. My problem was never with Urashiki. I understand what Urashiki is. Like he
He
damn
just
near
played
one v
around too
two
much.
Sasuke and Gaara. Like no, that wasn't even it. My problem is with the staff. They portrayed Urashiki as being something that he wasn't. In regards to actually having to sit there and spar with Shinki and Boruto. Remind you, I actually go through these episodes and I gotta break down frame by frame exactly what's
Yeah,
happening to edit it for my videos. I'm seeing
yeah.
Urashiki miss standing still objects. Like what are we doing here? Like it's like the actual I see I understand how difficult it is to actually make an episode. So I never want to actually just outwardly criticize somebody for their work on an episode.
Right.
But I'm not gonna lie, it didn't portray Urashiki as being the strong guy that he should have been. And not only that, the biggest part about the whole entire series that they missed, the whole big, you feel me, build up to that actual arc, in my personal opinion, was a fight between Urashiki and Sasuke. That fight happened. We just didn't see it. It's like, what's going on here? I feel like if that fight right there
True.
was just animated and animated
Yeah,
well,
they missed
potentially
a
even like a Kenshi,
big
yeah,
opportunity on that
You
one.
right.
like a Kenshiki versus Sasuke fight, that could have potentially made the whole arc.
Mm.
You feel me?
Ooh,
and
yeah.
and piggybacking on that, like when it comes to, and I try not to go into power scaling too much, but you kind of have to do it for this. Like, just look at it from this perspective. Like when Momoshiki is directly in the presence of Urashiki, Urashiki was always like, "Oh, Momoshiki Sama," and the moment he turns his back, he's like Momoshiki Chan. He's talking crap to him behind his back, underneath his breath.
Yeah.
But the Kages that gave Kinshiki a problem, like Chojuro and the rest of them,
Yeah.
Mhm.
when Urashiki was fighting against Gar and he's fighting against Chojuro, he's toying around with those boys. And those are the same ones who then turned around and left Kenshiki leaking all over the place, got his meatballs and spaghetti fragments all over the place because they didn't tap this boy up. And so when
Mhm.
you talk about he's going up against Sasuke at full power and he's going up against Gar, but when Boruto's running there, like the boy Baara said, he like, yo, we should have seen that fight. We saw Matarasu all over the place. I'm getting hyped. I'm like, yo, wait a second. You see the
Mhm.
puppets? I'm like, oh, those are Teneri's puppets. I was like, how'd he get the puppets? Like, that should have been a big ass fight. I agree with you right there. That
Yeah,
they
yeah,
should have animated that. That's missed opportunity.
exactly. Like I always thought Urushi could have been a much bigger character, and to be honest, I think that arc right there could have possibly served as a movie in itself. I think that right there could have possibly made it even bigger and made Urushiki's character even bigger, gave them a lot more time to work on it.
I think some of that too is there was a filler arc for Naruto Shippuden, and I hadn't seen it, but I've seen clips of it. It's like that power filler arc.
Mhm.
That was supposed to be a movie, and that ended up getting scrapped, and that's why the animation quality looks so good. What I'm
Mhm.
thinking happened with that Boruto time slip arc, that was an arc that Kishimoto presented to the anime himself. Typically, a guy like Kishimoto, he's not like Hiro Mashima with Fairy Tail, where he'll write the filler arc, so he's not like Taite Kubo with Bleach, or Bleach would sit there and write out the arcs.
Uh,
Kishimoto typically don't do that. When he's gotten involved like that, it's been for Naruto Road to the Ninja, Naruto the Last, and it's been for Boruto the movie. He hasn't necessarily done stuff like that. So I'm wondering is if he came up with that, if there might have been plans to do a Boruto movie and they kind of scrapped that because of just the fact that like they probably said, well, we're going to be starting Mujina Bandits and we're going to devote a lot of time to this car arc later on because all we got this year was supposed to come out last year, but we had COVID. So I'm kind of
mhm.
wondering if that's what happened right there. That COVID pushed all that back, but because they were doing the car stuff and they were having that in pre-production, they said, well, we can't do this and then still do a movie, so let's just throw this into the anime, which is why some of those episodes got outsourced because that felt like a movie.
Yeah, definitely did. Well, so and, a bunch of people would come to me and ask me this, but do you consider that specific arc right there canon?
I mean, what they say a few years ago, uh, Ikimoto does a sit down interview for the I want to say it's the Italian interview, and they say in that the anime is canon to the manga. They specifically say that the anime does parallel stories to flesh out everything. And we talked about this in DMs to flesh out everything that the manga can't necessarily get to, and is supposed to add more depth and etc. So I mean, you have to. There is no filler in Boruto. I mean, I know people don't like the chocho stuff, but just take it for what it is though. Like her daddy had the weight loss problems where the daddy wanted to take some hydroxycut pills. They didn't have them, so he took the ch- ch- uh, chili pepper pills and all the other stuff and lost the weight in the battle with the Sound 4.
Mhm.
Chocho, teenage girl, she wants to get the attention of some old ass man. She wants him to go balls deep in her. And so she loses the weight. And that was her motivation. Like it's fickle, but it is what it is. Like all that shit's canon.
I see
All
what you
that
mean.
shit's canon.
I see what you mean. But partners, I just dropped the video in a chat right now, bro. If y'all want to see
Yeah, I
Urashiki
just played
missing
it.
a object standing still, partners, this right here, yo, I remember. I
I'll
remember
play
when
it
I was
again.
first editing this, partner. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was befuddled, dog.
He's mad about this shit, bro.
I was befuddled. Like it's not even the fact that you feel me. It was
Wait,
animated wrong. It
hold
just makes
up.
Urashiki look weak, bro. It just makes Urashiki look super weak, bro.
Like that's a complete miss. That's not even like a. Why
Exactly.
did
Like
like
they
they
didn't
didn't
even
even have
dodge
to
it yet.
jump back? Like they didn't even have
Exactly.
to.
That's what I'm
hilarious.
saying. Like, and people not going to see it as just, oh, the animators made a mistake. They put a couple frames in the wrong spot. No, Urashiki just missed the object that was standing still. That's
Shooting
what
right in his
fans see
face.
it. So when it comes, so now when we talk about power scaling a character like Urashiki, people
Wait,
gonna be in
but
the
when
comment
you
section
wait,
thinking
but
we
when you
full of
do
shit.
wait, hold up, but when you do it, when you're breaking it down like that, because you guys do video editing, you had to edit the scenes like break scene by scene, like how you said. So like when you're like a normal just watcher and a normal viewer like me, like you don't catch shit like that, like shit like that. I would
You
have
can
never caught
you
that,
can
bro.
it, fam, because like when you edit and you stretch out the footage in order to
Uh-huh.
get your clips and everything, you see it frame by frame, and
Yeah.
like just keeping it real for a second, because I went on like a mini rant or review on this. Some folks be like, "Oh, I hate the animation." It's like, nah, motherfucker, you hate the art. You don't understand what animation is. Like because episodes people said is beautiful animation. It's like, no, motherfucker, that's pretty art. The animation's stiff as fuck.
Yeah. See,
Like
like
Yeah, I
that's what I'm
feel you.
saying.
like
I
squish and
wouldn't see
stretch.
that.
Like
We
like
wouldn't see that because like the normal viewer, like I said, we don't never break down frame by frame like that. We just watch it and like
I mean, it ain't
yeah.
even about going frame by frame though.
Right.
Like if you understand the 12 principles of animation,
Which
which I
most
mean a
don't.
lot of people don't.
Yeah, I don't.
No,
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. Which most don't. I don't. So
Yeah, like there's a lot that goes into it. Like a good way to look at it is like that series that people are bashing that Mappa just did. I can't recall the name of it, but like when people say it was bad animation, I'm looking at it and I'm looking at the girl's eyes in the frame of the clip that somebody showed me, and you see like the face squish up, you see the eyes going up and down. Like that's good animation. Animation is the fluidity of the movement. It's not about like what the face looks like, and like the aesthetic part is only part of it.
oh,
There's a
okay, I
lot
get
of
what you're
other
saying.
shit that goes into it.
Like, are you guys back into fuck, what's it called with the demons? Demon Slayer. Yeah, did y'all get back into that since they started back up?
I haven't even watched it yet,
You
to
haven't
be
watched
honest.
Demon Slayer? Demon Slayer is
No, I've
pretty.
seen. Of course, I've seen season one. Let's come on, what we
Oh,
doing here?
okay.
But I
My
haven't seen. I haven't seen the second season.
He said, "What are we doing here?" Yeah, they
don't
just
even
I'm
know I
waiting
started
for
need
it.
them
to
to get
ask
to
you that.
one part. I'm waiting for them to get to one part, man.
What
Like,
part
cause
is
So
that?
you
I've
seen
already
the
read the
manga?
manga. Yeah.
Here we
Yeah,
come
I
now.
did too. Yeah, I did too. But no, they did they redid the Rengoku part because they did the movie and everything. So
Mhm.
what they did is they added in an extra scene. Like they started it off before they're on the train. But it's like this. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. So I don't know if you guys seen it. So I don't want to say too much.
You talking about season 1 or
This
season
season
2?
two. Season 2.
No, I haven't seen it, partner. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, so I ain't gonna ruin it for you guys. But you already read the manga though, right?
You talking about Ian?
Yeah. I've already read the manga, so I know
Okay,
like when
so
season 3 gets here and
Mhm.
people see how everything ends, I'm ready for all the popcorn. I'm ready for
So
all of it.
because it
It's
ended
ended
so
in season 3?
horribly.
I got to see how far they go with season 2. Depending on how far they go with season 2, this might be a 4-season anime because like
Yeah, because
Demon Slayer is only 23 volumes. It's
about to
not
say
a
the same
long
thing.
series.
It's not a long
Oh,
series, so
okay.
they're gonna have to
Well,
stretch that
technically
out
that is long,
as
but
best as they can. But not as long as other series. But yeah, so they're gonna have to stretch it out as long as they can. I agree with you. I think they're gonna break it up into 4 because I think they're gonna break season 2. Season 2 is gonna end on a cliffhanger. I don't think they're gonna end it like how they ended it in the manga. Like, or
I
at
see
the
what
end
you
of the
mean.
manga, I do believe they are going to end it on a cliffhanger because they ended it on a cliffhanger, like on like what chapter? I can't remember what chapter they ended it on the cliffhanger, and it was like wasn't even that deep into the manga.
So you seen the manga? You read the manga?
I read the full manga. Yeah, I read the full
Oh,
manga.
hey, yo.
Hey, so you already know what I'm talking about. Like when it comes to what happens at the end with a certain character and like where the stakes are after that
Yep.
final battle, man.
Yeah.
People pissed about Attack on Titan. I'm waiting for this one. Like I personally love the ending of Demon Slayer. Like god damn, man,
I
they
just
about to
didn't
be.
like. I
Ooh.
didn't like the final fight. I think it could have been a little bit better as far as with the main villain. I'm not talking about the final fight, the final fight. You know what happens, but I'm talking about with the actual main villain.
I don't know, man. I mean,
think
I don't
it was
know.
just,
I
man, he
fuck
was
with
just
it.
swinging
Like,
his arms around, man. I was and turn into like I ain't like it. I thought
it's
it
the
could have been way
journey how
better.
we got there. Like that's
I
kind of how I'm
get
looking
it.
at it.
I get it, but I just think that it could have been way better. I hope that they do like a better job in the anime than they did in the manga. As far as that, I love the manga. Don't get me wrong. Like as far as the story goes, but just the fight was just I didn't like it, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, like they
Man.
added extra into the basically what I'm trying to tell y'all is just that they added extra into because they had the Demon Slayer movie with Ren Goku, so they added an extra part before they actually get into the like where they are already on the train, but it's a demon before they get to that actual demon that Ren Goku fights. He's like the
So-
speed demon or whatever and shit like that.
So the movie adapted some of the manga?
The movie adapted
Oh yeah,
the
the
entire
movie's
manga.
based on the manga.
Yeah.
Well, shit, I ain't
It's
even know
just
that.
the train. You remember
Yeah.
when they was on the train, right? When the
Mhm.
Rengoku arc.
Alright,
basically.
That's just an arc from the movie condensed.
Yeah, that's just. I didn't even watch the movie, but I knew it was
The
going.
movie was fucking good, man.
I heard. So what I bring up that because you brought up animation and stuff like that. So how do you feel about the animation on that? Because the animation on that is fluid as far as the movements and like how it looks. It's beautiful. So like, do you think Demon Slayer is like top tier animation?
Hell yeah! Like, do you know how much pre-production goes into Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen? Like, Forever World did a really good video talking about like if you just start off with Demon Slayer or Jujutsu Kaisen or like the first couple of seasons of Attack on Titan, and like that's your entry point into anime,
Oh yeah, it's
you've
gonna be
been
bad.
spoiled.
Yeah,
Because like
if you go back
that's
into the
top of the
past and
mooc
try
right
to,
there.
man, yeah, because if you try to go back into the past and like watch, like for instance, Dragon Ball, you go back and watch like the beginning of Dragon Ball or like all the old animes from like the 90s and stuff, you're probably not gonna like it. Like what is this? Like did they just draw this on paper?
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
people. Oh,
I realized the animation of Demon Slayer. I believe it was episode 12 of season 1, where it was like blood flowing off of stairs and stuff like that. I'm like, hey, yo, this is different. But speaking of animation and going back and watching stuff, do you guys think that they'll probably like redo some of the original Naruto animations? Like, you know how Dragon Ball got the Dragon Ball Z Kai and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Would it be? You think it'd be smart for Naruto to do that?
if they did that, I watch the anime. I mean, I've been the
I'll
first one to
rewatch
say
it.
it.
I'll rewatch it
Yeah,
all
of
over
course.
again because I like going back and watching it even without the animation being fixed. But
I
like,
ain't gonna lie,
do you think they should cut out the filler and stuff like how
Oh,
they did
fuck
Dragon
yes.
Ball?
Absolutely, absolutely. I might make a review week by week if they do that. To be honest.
That'll be fire. That'll be fire.
Yeah, for real.
No, yeah, you should definitely do that if they do. But I don't know. They probably won't though, bro. They probably won't. They so busy with Boruto. Unless Boruto go on some type of hiatus somehow. I
Nah,
don't know.
nah, hold on. Because this what you gotta keep in mind too, right? Like when Boruto went into pre-production for the Academy arc, Naruto Shippuden was still on running.
Hmm.
Mm.
It was still on running. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, the idea that they can't, the idea that they can't work on a say Naruto Kai alongside Boruto, I'm not necessarily going to say that that's something that is impossible. You just have some of the higher level animators that have been with the Naruto franchise since the beginning
Right.
go back and just focus on that. So yeah, with Boruto's production kind of suffer a little bit, but like when Naruto's running weekly, the thing you have to keep in mind is that like they were pumping out those movies like crazy, and they're still working on the anime. Now the anime suffered, and you full of cap if you say that Naruto and Shippuden didn't have moments of bad animation, because like there are plenty of episodes where there's a shit ton of still frames where they just take and bar you edit, so you get it, where you take a screenshot and you
Yeah.
just take the keys and you just start moving up and you zoom out and everything.
Mhm.
Some of them Naruto episodes is doing shit like that. So I mean, you would see some of that stuff with Boruto, but I mean, it could be done. I mean, the franchise makes enough money where they could justify doing it.
They'll make a lot more
Yeah, I
money
think a
too if
lot of
they
people would
didn't.
like that. I think a lot of people like that, especially for the younger kids. Because I tweeted out a couple of days ago, my cousin just pulled up on me. You feel me? Like last week, he talking about he finished Boruto. Like he called up to Boruto, so he trying to talk to me about Naruto's barrier mode, but he didn't finish Naruto Shippuden. I'm like, what are we doing here? You feel me? It ain't no sense.
Yo, hey, see, I don't know if you got into it with your subscribers yet. Like, I know for a fact I got subscribers that they're like, yeah, I just started with Boruto. Should I go back and check out Naruto? I'm like, yo, you can't you can't skip you cannot skip Naruto, because like they pay so many homages to part one of Naruto.
Yeah.
If you
Mhm.
skip that stuff, you're gonna be
You gonna
lost. But that's
it's
why they
gonna
gotta
go over your
explain so
head.
much stuff.
Yeah.
Like this is
Yeah.
how the Sharingan works. It's like, yo, I already know the Sharingan works, but you gotta remember, it's like, oh, this is
They trying to
they know
introduce
they
it
got
to a
people
new
that's starting.
crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
mostly trying to like. All right, we all adults, so like when we watch it, like we was talking about it before, like Misky watching a cat. Man, I'm 30 years old. I ain't trying to watch. Well, I wasn't 30 at the time. I was like 27 or something like that. I'm 27 years old. I ain't
Mhm.
trying to watch Misky watch no damn cat. I ain't watching this episode. So like, yeah, they trying to appease the kids, but now I think they trying to appease to the kids and the people who
The
started
more
off with
more the adults.
Naruto. Yeah, because they know that the adults is tuning into Boruto because this is Naruto's story and we grew up with Naruto, So like
Well,
most of
yeah,
the
I mean,
people. Mm-hmm.
I,
But
I was saying, yeah, if you even think about it, I mean, if you started watching Boruto at like age 14, now you about 17, 18 years old. You
Hmm.
can't be watching some of the stuff that they was putting out back then. So of
mm-hmm.
course they gotta evolve with the times, even for the newer generation to hop on with Boruto.
Mm-hmm. True, yeah, because it's
And
they 5 years ahead now. Yeah, so they getting
and see,
older.
Kishi talked about that in 2016 too. He said that excuse me, he said that he wanted to target a younger demographic with Boruto, and that the thing that he worried about with Naruto and Sasuke is that because of how strong they were, that the battles would be too big
Too
to get the
flashy.
kids
Mm-hmm.
involved, but the enemies are going to get stronger and stronger, and
Mm-hmm.
so the scope of the battles and the scales of the battles had to come down. That way, the kids aren't completely left behind.
Mm-hmm.
But he said early on they're going to be focusing on reaching those kids, and now that we've had some time go by, it's no coincidence that when they jump to like Mujina and everything starts getting darker, like you saw this stuff on Twitter, people like, oh my God, he ate the brains. It's like, oh shit, you got no
Hmm.
idea how dark this shit can get.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
You gotta
it's
Well,
watch
progressing.
Naruto.
well, I ain't gonna, all that sound good, but I think the work really starts when we talk about anime only arcs. Now, I think they did a very good job of introducing the tuning exam. That's obviously going to gather a lot of eyes. But after we finish the tuning exam, we obviously know they're probably going to introduce some more anime only arcs. How are those arcs going to do, and how are those arcs going to look? Are we going to go back to the kiddish ways, or are we going to keep this same vibe? I hope we keep the same vibe, but that's where the work really starts, in my opinion.
Yo, it was a writer for the Boruto anime, not the Honda dude, but it was another one. He liked and retweeted one of the staff members who was talking about let me see if I can't pull up the tweet. Talking about the fact that they were saying that they're eventually going to have to start adapting some of those light novels. Because, like I talk about on the channel, I cover a lot of the novels. Like, it's a lot of stuff that the anime just backdoor references that I'm like, yo, this is from the Gar novel or this is from the Sakura novel. Like, they reference
Yeah,
so much stuff that they eventually gonna have to cover some of this shit. And like,
that's
it's
what I was gonna ask when we was to when I was about to say something. I just told Bar to go ahead because Bar B he never read any of the novels.
Nah,
yo,
hell
it's a
no.
lot of stuff. Like in that Gar novel, like Gar Heaton, that's like after war. Like Gar is like, yo, um, it's Shinobi like Rock Lee who are close to me in power, but it's also Shinobi like Sakura whose power is on the same level as me, and they're not born from a prestigious clan. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's adult guard years after a war saying Sakura without the Byakugo seals on the same level of power as him.
Mm.
Like it's a
Mhm.
lot of information. Like in the anime when Shikadai was meeting with that advisor from the Nar clan and he was
Mm-hmm.
talking to him when Shikamaru was talking to that same advisor and they're like, yeah, well, you know, people in the Sand Village feel like you stole the princess of the Sand Village. That's the whole subplot of the Garhida novel because it's people that was worried about Tamari marrying Shikamaru because they felt like if Tamari married Shikamaru that gave Konoha an advantage over the Sand Village because Guard, Tamari, and the rest of them carry the Kekkei Genkai for magnet release. And they're saying you're giving our Kekkei Genkai to the Hidden Leaf Village. You already got the Uchiha clan Kekkei Genkai, the Hyuga clan Kekkei Genkai. You're going to give them magnet release, and then that child will have right to become the next Kazekage because the way the Sand Village does is they pass on the title Kazekage through the
Through the
family
bloodline.
bloodline.
Yeah.
And Gar doesn't have any children. Shinki's an adopted child. He's
Mm.
from the family, but he's adopted.
Right.
And so it's one of those things where, like, when they say you stole the princess of the Sand Village, it's because of that right there. It's because of that light novel. Like, it's a shit ton of lore in those novels, man.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting especially with the breeding and stuff in Naruto. It's getting interesting. I forgot who made. I think it was Cycles that made a video talking about how the Hyuga clan actually had to do incest, but now in regards to the new generation, they're now doing like interclan mingles and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. Like
That's
now we
huge.
got the yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's huge. You feel me? So I ain't never think that they'd actually start to do that, but now you starting to actually see it. And it's gonna be even crazier now when we get to the third generation, or if there is a third generation. You know how
If
people
there
talking
is.
about Saruto and stuff like that. So now I don't know what's gonna spawn from that.
Yeah, here you go. I'm
Oh,
putting
okay.
in the
That tweet.
chat right now,
I see it.
Hmm.
and that's the translation for it.
Oh, okay.
But then there's like, you know, therefore it's expected the anime original or novel version will be drawn on a yearly basis in the future. So like they're gonna start adapting some of that stuff. Like they got to pick the right ones. They did the Mirai novel where she's guarding Kakashi and Mike Guy. Like that was accurate, but I wouldn't have picked that. They should have did that during the academy because it was a slower down time period and like that's when that took place, not after the Momoshiki stuff. Like
But how are they going to
they should
adapt
have
some
did
of their
that.
novels though into the series when like some of the novels it wouldn't even fit into like what's going on right now?
That's why I use the Mirai as an example. Like that takes place during Naruto chapter 700. Like
Uh-huh.
when you see Mirai and she's let me get the manga panel in Naruto chapter 700 when Mirai is praying to Asuma before she goes out. She says that she's getting ready to guard Kakashi on a mission. That's when that novel takes place. When Mirai is taking Kakashi to the hot springs and she fights that guy from the Jashin cult,
Mm-hmm.
all that takes place right before Sasuke returns to Konoha to fight Shin Uchiha. All that takes
Oh,
place
okay, gotcha.
before that, but in the anime, it comes out when you have the Momoshiki arc and it just finished. Like in Shippuden, Sasuke versus Chino, that novel takes place after Naruto's wedding, but in the anime, it comes out before that. So this wouldn't be the first time they would change around some of the timeline stuff. You could do the rest and stuff and just say, yeah, you know, instead of this being because Naruto's got chakra from Kurama and the other Biju and it's affecting his lifespan, because Naruto's lost the power of Kurama, bam, he's having an illness because he lost that power. It's small tweaks that you can do.
But like what
Yeah,
about
that's
like
decent.
the student the one that you're pretty much covering like you've been covering recently the star student pupil. I don't haven't read
Yeah.
it. I've been just keeping it up with which you been dropping the episodes. How would they fit that into what's going on right now? Sasuke doesn't have his Rinnegan no more.
I mean, he don't really use it he don't use it in the novel like the Rinnegan. He used that Rinnegan as a way to make his fake version of Ice Release. I mean, you
Yeah,
can
that's
take
what I'm
out the Ice
saying.
Release portion. You can take that out, or you can just say that, like Sasuke's been experimenting with it. It's the narrator that tells you that Sasuke's been using his Rinnegan to experiment with trying to remake Kekkei Genkais.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody actually says, like, Sasuke doesn't say it with his own words.
That
He
he
just says
needs
it's
it.
something simple. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It
you
doesn't
you can
technically
tweak
say he
that.
needed to perform those techniques. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Mhm.
See,
That's
I'm
cool.
getting the
So,
scan right here. Excuse me.
all right, that's fire.
Like that's from the Naruto manga when she says she's going out on a mission with Kakashi and Guy,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and then in the anime they adapted that. Like, and this
Uh,
is the novel here. I'm just getting it out of my
No, you
I'm
good.
getting it out of my Google Drive now.
Dang, you got all this stuff saved and you just went right to it.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, like fam, I got the novels in Japanese on the bookshelf, and like I paid for
Oh yeah,
translations too.
you told me
That's why
about
I get
that.
mad when people
Yep.
get on me like, "Oh, this is clickbait." Like, nah,
I
motherfucker, this
paid
ain't
for this
clickbait.
shit.
You just don't know about it.
I remember how you was telling me how much you paid for it and stuff. So you was like, man, I get mad at people who be like, nah, bro, this is clickbait, bro. You know how much I paid to get this shit? This ain't no clickbait.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
feel
be
you.
ready to spaz on motherfuckers, man. On some real shit. Like, it take everything I had not to say anything.
When you also talk about trolls in your comments. Hey yo, Baara, you be getting trolls in your comments too?
Yo, yeah, I'm thankful, but I don't really be getting that much trolls. I mean, you see some probably like one or two comments a video, but like after that, I mean, not really.
Right.
Everybody's real chill. Everybody's real chill, so I'm happy for that. One of the things that I'm super you feel mindful of though, because my comment section is so nice, so chill. I don't really know like if I'm doing something wrong, so I always gotta be my biggest critique. Now,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, if I do something completely off the wall, they'll tell me, but I gotta make sure I keep on my toes.
Have you gotten something like a comment or something like that made you feel like you did something off the wall?
Off the wall, nah. But I was like, especially when I was first starting off, like one thing that was super important when I was first starting off was my mic was terrible. I was recording on an iPad, like on an iPad mic. Then when
Oh.
then when I changed my mic was super low. You feel me? Then after that, people were saying that my music was too loud. So minor tweaks and
Mm-hmm.
changes like that. And another thing was
You talk too
when I started
fast.
doing the clips. Yeah, that too. Me talking
Hey
fast. I
yo, that's
started
that
doing the clips.
Jersey in us though, bro.
And they gotta
You
chill on
talk
that
fast,
shit,
bro.
man.
But no, he no.
Yo, you
Hey,
speak
they
too quick. You listening too slow, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly.
Old
So
50
it'd be
Cent
stuff like
lines.
that. It'd be small stuff like that. So what's it called? People always ask me interesting questions and stuff like that. So I want to ask, was Ian what he thinks about some of the topics like this. Do you think there'll be any other Otsuki members in the future?
They gotta do something with those two on the wall, man. Like,
The one
that's
that
like
was
a
cracked.
huge, yeah,
Mhm.
like that's like, shit, what was it? In the Naruto manga, like one of the big running theories for a long time was like, what was Sasuke looking up at the Valley of the End? We didn't know it was Zetsu at the time. Like, we saw Zetsu was
Mm.
reporting that like the Sharingan was missing, but like people was wondering like what was Sasuke looking up at, and like Kishimoto just kind of kept that in his back pocket for a long ass time.
Mm.
Same thing with the who's in the final coffin, and who was in the coffin that Orochimaru was trying to summon. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's something they got to do something with that. Like that, like they got to address who those final two symbols are.
And
All
I
right.
remember me and Bar was talking about this before, as far as Kishimoto taking back over, like as far as being the writer of the writer or
Mhm.
whatever. I
Mhm.
was telling him like the way that he writes stories is just amazing. Like Kishimoto was cool. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But who? I'm sorry, I'm getting their names mixed up. Who's the
You talking about Kodachi was cool.
Kodachi?
Kishimoto's the one.
Kodachi was
Yeah.
cool. Kishimoto though, and with him taking over, like I know that the manga is starting off slow, like how it's progressing, but the way that
Mhm.
Kishimoto writes, bro, I think that it's gonna be amazing. Like it's just gonna start off slow, but once we start getting into the shit and we start tying back into what went on at the beginning when he first started off, bro, it's gonna be incredible. I'm telling you.
See, one of my biggest problems with Kodachi's style of writing was never really the manga. It was how it was adapted to the anime. Don't get me wrong. When it comes to specific fights and specific episodes, those are absolutely amazing. But one of my biggest problems with the Kado organization is that their body count isn't that big in comparison to like the Akatsuki or something like that. I feel like to actually establish a character, especially like Delta, because even to this day people think that Delta is extremely weak because Naruto was quote unquote holding back. Don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that. But I feel like they should have possibly dropped Delta in like the Cloud Village or something, had her kill a couple people, possibly even, you feel me, A or something like that,
Bro, they
and then made a
sped through the
beeline to the Hidden
manga,
Leaf
man.
Village.
She should have clapped Urashiki. That's how you should have Urashiki go out.
Absolutely.
That would have been fire. That would have been
People
fire.
That should have been it. Because people have been like, yo, what the fuck? Like,
who is this?
Because when they say that shit, they're like, oh, well, Naruto wasn't used. I'm like, the dude says in the manga, I'm going to go full power. When you look at him, he don't have no pigmentation over his eyes. This whole thing of, well, he don't have Sage's 6 pass mode anymore. It's like, you fucking dumbasses got it. If Delta can get him to go to that level during the fight, and during that time, Naruto's in control of the fight, but the fact that Naruto even felt the need to use the chakra mode on top of it, not just base Sage's 6 pass mode. And in the manga, like, Naruto's in control, but like Delta was getting some shots in on this dude, got him breathing heavy.
Exactly.
Like, she ain't no pushover. That's why when Jigen clapped them boys, and I think chapter 41 or something like that, when that happened, it's just like, man, you should have known better. You should have known better.
At that point, it was like a culture shock to the people who didn't really see it. I mean, especially when the anime version came out, you look on TikTok, people are surprised, like, yo, how is Jigen this strong? All the other members in the Kado organization, they're weak. I'm like, hey, yo, y'all just don't be paying attention. I think it's just the build up to the characters. They had to have the characters go through something, have them knock off a couple characters, some characters very close to us or something like that. I feel like that right there would have gave the Kado organization a lot more respect.
Yeah. Like
it's like wrestling, man. You can't rush to your WrestleMania event. You got to build up to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I think that Kishimoto doing with the manga right now, that's why it's moving so slow. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, look at what he's done. Like, on some real shit. Like, if Kishimoto was doing Naruto now, I compared this to Search of Tsunade arc. That was damn near 40 chapters.
Right. But it was
just straight build up before we got to the legendary signing, just throwing down.
That was but he was doing it weekly though back then too.
That's the problem. He can't he can't be doing. See,
one Boruto chapter is 2.5 Naruto chapters.
Okay.
But even
one
still,
Boruto chapter is 2.5. So I mean,
I'm picking what you throwing down, but here's my problem. You'll finish an actual Boruto manga chapter nowadays, not necessarily the last one, because I think the last one was a lot better. But you'll finish a Boruto chapter, and you feel like, yo, I could have read this in like this right here feel like a weekly manga. What I was personally feeling is that
that's fact.
I thought Kishimoto should have took control of the anime and wrote the story for the anime and let Kodachi keep control of the manga. I don't know specifically what they got in regards to the backstory and all the Illuminati stuff they got going on over there, which led to Kodachi leaving. But I just personally think that
he got disrespectful with the anime staff. Like, that's the thing I've been able to dig up.
Yeah, I told
he got disrespectful with the anime staff, and like, despite what all these dumbasses on TikTok are saying, oh yeah, it's new people. No, these are the same. Like, Boruto got the same staff minus 2 major animators who worked on Naruto and Shippuden. Yeah, they outsourced to other studios, but when it's the Studio Pierrot or it's the Studio Jiwoo or it's Studio Mouse, a lot of those people are people that have been working on Shippuden and working on Naruto. Like, Kodachi got smart with one of them. And that's like respect's big in Japan. Like, them folks, you've been doing this since 2015 when you got picked because your light novel, to his credit, the Guard novel is the best written novel out of all those light novels. Kodachi killed that shit. That's why he got picked to co-write the Boruto movie alongside Kishimoto. Like, the keys of the kingdom were handed over to you. But you can't go to those folks that, like, that's their career, that they've done Naruto, and then you be talking disrespectful to them. Like, that was it. That was it. Like, he's still being blackballed now. Like, he's getting small jobs. How you go from working on Naruto to you can find tweets of this dude begging people like, hey, you got to open it. Nope. He
Damn.
fucked
Damn,
up.
Damn. That
that's
bad?
crazy.
We can't get no work.
He
That's
getting
crazy.
small work.
He getting
That's
blackballed. They
you go
Tory Lanez
from
in him.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
man. Like he fucked up, man. Like that's like
Damn.
you telling Michael Jordan, man, fuck you and your Jordan shoes, and you say, well, how come I can't get how come I can't get an invite to play for the Charlotte Hornets? The fuck do
Yeah,
you think you're doing?
I feel you.
Yeah, I hear what you're
But
saying.
I was just saying, you feel me? I feel like Kishimoto could have done the anime a lot of good, bro. Because I think, as you said, his storytelling is very good. I
It's
thought he could have
elite,
done a
yeah.
lot with the Kata organization, bro.
Yeah, but now that you say when you ask that question, about being more Suski's and the in the series, it would be best if Kishimoto wrote that rather than Kodachi, because Kishimoto is the one who introduced the Osuskis into the series. So
I'm
you
picking
know,
what you throwing down. My position with Kodachi always been, I don't know how Ian feels about this, but I always liked Kodachi's writing. I said during the time when he
it
got
was
fired,
fire.
he was writing gold. Like he
Yeah,
was
it
writing
was
gold.
gold. It was
Yeah,
gold.
you feel me? So I always like that. I feel like if the anime could have portrayed, like drawn it out a little bit more, portrayed it even better, had Kishimoto like, you feel me, have, I don't know, like couple Kages versus Delta or something like that. I think that right there could have done very well. Have Delta like pieced them up in 2.5 and then went somewhere else. I thought that could have been amazing.
Yeah,
And because
some real shit though. You right
Mm,
on that, because like with Kishimoto, like people, oh excuse me, with Kodachi came up with the Vanish from Rasengan. Like Kishimoto, when they wrote Naruto board to the movie, he was like,
mm,
yeah, well, we gotta have Momoshiki taken out, but I don't know how to do it. Kodachi said, well, what if we make the Rasengan invisible? And Kishimoto, I'll see if I can get the scan on this.
mm,
Kishimoto popped when that happened. Like he was like, hold on, we got to rewrite the whole movie now. Like
Damn.
mm.
Kodachi got moments of brilliance.
Yeah, yeah. So I always liked them. You feel me? Another thing I want to ask you in regards, it's typical fan questions people ask me. I know you made a video about this, specifically Sasuke. Do you think that Sasuke would just naturally manifest another Rinnegan in the time of Boruto?
Mm.
Nah, man, that shit ain't happening. Like,
They, I think
but
they.
before the last anime episode, I would have said maybe he's got a little bit of chakra left over, because chakra doesn't fully disappear even when the eye is destroyed.
Uh huh.
Because we saw Madara do it blind. We saw Itachi do it, and his Sharingan was out. We saw Shisui in the OVA
Mhm.
use Susanoo, no problem. Like I
Mhm.
thought, like
Hmm.
okay, he got a little bit of chakra left. Like Madara absorbed Hashirama's chakra, so maybe he's got a little bit left in that eye socket,
Yeah.
and he just can't manifest it fully. But when they said in the
Sakura said
anime
no.
last episode, like, yo,
It's all gone.
it's over with,
Yeah.
over with. Like, what the fuck is Hashirama cells gonna do? He already got Hashirama cells.
Yeah, and I think what they trying to do is they trying to keep Naruto and Sasuke on the same level.
Yeah,
But
that's like Kishi always wrote. One get a
yeah,
power up, the other one get one.
Yeah, so they trying to keep them
but
on the
with
same
that being
level.
said, with that being said though, do you think that Sasuke will opt for a scientific ninjutsu eye or scientific technology eye?
I think
I
he'll be
don't.
down
It's
with
out
that.
of character.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, cause think about it. Like he's embraced science, but at the same time, this dude hasn't taken his other arm, and it's because he still feels he's got to do his
Atone.
redemption.
Yeah.
That Rinnegan, I mean, that was power that was given to him by Hagoromo, but it was given to him during a time. I got a video that's being worked on now. Like that Rinnegan was given to him when he was in a situation where he was on the wrong track. And that Rinnegan's low key a reminder of, or losing that Rinnegan is a reminder of like power that is gained when you're seeking evil intentions is never gonna. Let me see if I can get the whole line. Hold on, I'm butchering this shit.
Mhm.
Hold up. Let me see.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to wrap this up in a little bit because I have to start helping my kid's mom move.
Oh yeah,
My
yeah.
bad,
No,
brother.
no, no, no. Y'all good. Y'all good. Y'all good.
Uh,
Do not trip.
Here it is. Power that is acquired. Home. Shit. I had a whole word for word script. Hold up. Power manifested while he had even. Nah, shit. Hold up. Hey,
take
keep going, brother. I mean, I'm because this a 7,000 word script, man.
All right,
Dang.
bro. Free game don't got
Damn.
that time. One of the last things I want to ask you about, you feel me, before we let free game go, you feel me? Me and you both seem like heavy Giants fans, dog. My stance, I don't know. This is not in the nature of a lot of Giants fans out there, and I completely respect it. My stance is let us lose all the games we can, so we can fire Dave Gettleman, clean house. You feel me?
Yeah.
Trade it. Yo, I want us to clean house. What's your thoughts on the Giants, partner?
That hurt, man. Like yesterday, like not yesterday, Sunday. That hurt.
Bruh, yo,
That hurt.
for me,
Dave Gettleman got to go. He say he gonna fix the line, man. Yo, the line still sucks.
yeah, yo, for me, when it comes to the Giants, I've been dead inside for a very long time. I think about since 2019, bro, end of 2019 season, bro. I didn't expect anything last season. I didn't expect anything this season. I automatically knew what time it was going to be. I was calling for Gettleman's job for a very long time, possibly as soon as he traded away Odell Beckham Jr. So me personally, I just think the chickens have come to roost, and we need to start looking for a new general
He
manager.
said the chickens.
I
is
mean,
coming to
he
roost.
said fix the line. How are you going to see what Daniel Jones is? I don't think Daniel Jones is that guy, but how are you going to see who Daniel Jones is when he's got no offensive line? How do you have Saquon Barkley and the line can't open up any holes? The Giants offensive line, we've not had a good offensive line. People forget like the 2011 season when we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it wasn't
Our
good.
offensive line was garbage. That was all Eli Manning right there. It was garbage.
The defense wasn't good.
Like people, that whole narrative. Oh, Eli got carried. It's like, yo,
hold up.
the defense didn't
who
carry
posted
him
that?
in that 49ers thing. It didn't carry him through the fucking Atlanta Falcons game. It didn't carry him through the Green Bay game. Like the 49ers game, he got hit so many damn times, he bleeding through the helmet and everything.
Wait. Hold up. Which one of y'all had dropped that? Oh, I had I retweeted it to Baara because you had tweeted it, Ian, when that kid was narrating their defense and shit.
You're talking about the Jets, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that was the Jets. Oh, that was the Jets.
Yeah,
Oh, that was the
Jets.
Jets.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the Jets.
Okay. Oh, bro, I was weak though. That shit was funny as hell.
Yeah, but
I got the line right here, man, from the script. Power born out of darkness can never exist in the light. It eventually disappears, which is exactly what happened to Sasuke's Rinnegan.
Damn.
Well, my stance on the situation, I ain't gonna lie. I think that Sasuke probably gonna start opting to utilize some of the scientific technology. I think getting the arm first things first has to be completely obvious. He now knows that there's people out there that can completely dominate him, Naruto, Boruto, Kawaki, all that. And combined, I think he got to start opting to get something, bro. But I think I'm not 100% up with the novel, so I don't know. Are the Sharingans nah, but pick I'm throwing down. Are the Sharingans still there? Because you remember Obito had a whole lab with like hundreds of Sharingans. Because Sasuke
destroy him.
Sasuke could, yeah.
It depends what continuity you're using. You're using the anime or the manga.
And the anime they destroyed him, didn't they?
Like, yeah, in the anime, he destroys the lab. Like in the manga, it's left ambiguous what happens to the lab because you see Sasuke, he's taking off the eye wraps, and then you see Zetsu and he fires a Susanoo arrow at it. But it didn't look like he just completely destroyed everything in the lab. But I mean, that is a question right there. I don't know. It depends.
You know they can always add in shit. They don't gotta stick to story. They can always, what do they call that shit? Retcon shit. So who knows?
Hey, Bob, I'm telling you, home, like you gotta check out because like in some of the novels, like like in the anime, it's a good example. In the anime when Sasuke and Naruto fighting against Fuse Momoshiki and Sasuke has that sword and it's rotating and he just kicks the sword at Fuse Momoshiki.
Yeah.
And you had like the lightning. See, that's Sasuke using a variation of the Lorentz gun, which is a jutsu that the scientific ninja weapon tech department came up with.
Yeah, the Lorentz
and
gun.
that's shown in the novel Asarda gets a 3-tomo Sharingan. That was a jutsu that Sasuke using that one jutsu is able to destroy an entire cliff.
You think that's why they haven't introduced her third Tomoe yet then?
I mean, the only way they could kind of do that is like because when she activates in the novel, it's because Sasuke's training her to see chakra as a color with the Sharingan in order to locate the bombs on a train. But like, think they're gonna play around with a Sharingan Awakening, but like on that novel tip though, like science is the reason why Kakashi and Boruto's an absolute monster. Like he's saying he's stronger now than he was at any point during the war arc. And you see it with this dude, like with his chakra control. Shit's so insane. Like this dude sees a lightning release jutsu come right at a mud wall that Kakashi's able to keep up for 48 hours without it going down, right? The guy uses lightning release to try and destroy it, because lightning release is stronger than earth release.
Earth, yeah.
Kakashi with his chakra control changes the property of the earth style mud wall, which is bigger than the skyscrapers in Boruto's Konoha right now. That's how big the mud wall is.
Damn.
He changes the properties of the mud wall into glass. That way he cancels out
Yeah.
the electricity. In order to change glass, and in order to change sand into glass, you got to heat that shit up to over like 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Kakashi heated up an entire mud wall. And then instantaneously after it conducts electricity, the glass conducts electricity, he turns the mud wall back into a solid mud wall, and he does it so fast the guy thinks he's seeing a genjutsu.
That's crazy.
Damn.
His chakra control is insane right now. When he says he thinks he's stronger than he was when he was at any point during the war, that backs that shit up right there.
Damn. Well, he ain't got
you
that
gotta read the
Sharingan.
novels,
He ain't got that Sharingan though to hold him down. But yeah, guys, I gotta go. I gotta end this. I gotta
All right, you feel me?
But yeah, we should do this again sometime.
You feel me? Yeah, definitely.
When I ain't crunched for time.
Sure.
Yeah, so Ian, when you got time again?
Shit, all you gotta do is hit me up, man, because you already know.
Yeah, I already know how your life is, bro. All right, so
Like,
yeah, it was a good talking with y'all, bro. I'm gonna hang up now. Yeah, I mean, if y'all go ahead and chop it up, y'all free to go ahead and do that. But yeah, bro. It was good talking to y'all. Y'all finally get to do this. I thought this was dope, bro. Y'all interacting with each other was dope.
Yeah, first time and stuff. All right.
Yeah, it's all love, man.
All right, I'm
y'all.
gonna make sure I upload this today though. So I mean, if y'all want to throw it in your community tab or whatever, I'll let y'all know when it's uploaded. But yeah, I'm gonna upload it today after I finish up.
All right, definitely.
All right, I got you for sure.
All right, I bet. Y'all have a good one. Be safe.
All right, you too, brother.
Later.